So today it's gonna be another beautiful day. I didn't run the wood heater last night, the wood stove. When I woke up this morning, it was 63 degrees in the house, a little chilly. And I went back and forth in my head, should I start the wood stove? Decided I wasn't going to. I went ahead and ran the little buddy heater longer than I wanted to. Boy, the chickens are making a lot of noise. I ran it for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. But I think that's just what we're going to do during these transitional times when it's hot during the day and cold at night. It's a waste of wood or it's a waste of propane. Kind of the way we're looking at it. Well, propane in these particular cases, although we're spending money running a propane heater, that little buddy heater, for 3 hours, I'm not wasting it. We're using every bit of heat that comes out of it. Raise the temperature of the house, we shut off the buddy heater. If the house cools off again, we can turn it back on. Whereas with the wood stove, it would get 90 to 100 degrees in the house by, well, probably by this time. So you're opening windows and doors. Well, that's a waste of heat, that's a waste of energy. So we decided that we just would run the buddy heater. Yeah, it's gonna cost a little bit, but just rather, I think I'd waste the propane than the wood. I could be wrong. Somebody might say, no, here's a better idea, but it's just the way I feel about it. We're starting to get into the warmer temperatures, and today I'm not going to do a thing. I don't have anything to do except make this video. So I thought I'd just enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day. I've been out several times already. I keep thinking, you know, it's not a lot of property, but I have woods. I have a small piece of property that I can walk around in and get a sense of the wilderness. And I really like that. I don't get to enjoy it much because I'm always doing something. But when I do get to enjoy it, I mean, look at this. I have a little path that I've cut out. I walk around. Of course, you gotta get around the rocks and all that and go through the creek. And I've cut it out with the lawnmower. Then I go across the creek. The side that I'm on now of the creek, I don't know, we kind of think of as our park. And then we come over to the other side of the creek. I didn't cut any of this. Everything is pretty natural. Of course, you can see how we walk, but I didn't cut any of it. It's too rocky to cut. You can see all the rocks down there, I'm sure. But so this is more like our woods on this side of the creek. It sure is nice. And I do know that a lot of people think that I should have 20, 30,000 acres, but just more I would have to take care of and watch and keep people off of. And this does everything we need. I could actually have a cow on here. We got enough property for a cow. We actually have a little bit more property than what we need for a cow. A cow needs an acre of property to graze. We got 1.5 acres. Of course, I'd probably buy it hay. It'd be a little bit of cost in the hay cost, but that's completely manageable, completely doable. So we got pigs and we got the chickens. It sure is a nice, relaxing place considering everything going on in the world. Which kind of brings me to the point of this video. I got a few comments in the last few days saying, Rob, I'm sorry I haven't been watching your videos, and you know I love your videos, I love you, I love Carolyn and all that. Things are just going on right now that I don't have enough time to watch your videos. I want to watch what's going on in the world. And I suppose I can understand that. I will tell you, it is nice not having much outside information. We don't have TV, we'll watch Netflix and Prime. Right now I'm watching Jack Bauer with TV show 24. That's all the action I need right now. Some guy trying to harm the United States and the president's always getting the 25th Amendment invoked on him. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. The thing I find kind of crazy is we just came out of something that was terrible, you know, the pandemic. And we had to have all these mental disorders, psychological disorders. People are committing more self-harm. And it's real sad that we're so wrapped up in the bad that we don't look at the good. I feel like this channel can help you prepare for any bad, so you don't even have to worry about the bad. You can just have the good. I can come out here in the woods and have the good. And I really don't worry about it. I know there's a lot of bad things that can happen, but for the most part, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable. I don't have a lot to worry about. There's things that could happen, don't get me wrong. I'm sure somebody's gonna say, oh, Rob, you know, this could happen, that could happen. Okay, and that's all fine and good, and I get it, that's terrible. But what does watching all this stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week really accomplish? Are you any better off having every minute of detail of what's going on in the world to make you better off? And I don't think that's true. Okay, so this morning I heard gold prices are starting to drop. I talked about this the other day. A couple weeks ago, I was going to buy gold. I was on the buy page. I was getting ready to click the buy button, and it was going to be a wire transfer, and they said the wire transfer is free, but they wanted the password to my bank account. Very reliable gold seller on the internet, so I trust that they're not going to steal money, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. I tried. I was going to buy 1 ounce. That would have been $1,900. Well, then the very next week, gold prices went up to $2,000. I was like, man, I should have bought it. But what we decided at the time, when I decided not to buy it, was we're going to invest our money into food. Food is a more valuable commodity. Nobody really knows how to trade gold right now. So, assuming they take all my money out of the bank, you know, I lose all my money. You know, Russia hacks the bank accounts and they take all my money. So I got this gold. Okay, then what am I going to do with it? I can't go to the store and use it. Nobody's going to buy it or trade me with it. But if I buy food right now, and everybody wants food, if I needed to trade something, people would probably see value in food. They don't have any. They need some. And they got something I need. They might actually trade with me. We did. We started investing in food. We got lots of food stored up. The chickens are producing eggs at almost an alarming rate. Right now, Carolyn is hard boiling eggs. She kind of pickles them. She puts them in jalapeno pepper juice. And then she has that for, well, 3 times a day now. She's eating hard boiled eggs. And they're not that high in calories. 60 to 100 calories each, depending on the size. Healthy food. I know a lot of people don't agree with a carnivorous diet, but I'm not telling you to get on a carnivorous diet. We're just doing it. And so I eat eggs for lunch. I'm back to eating eggs for lunch because I kind of fasted for a few days where I was only eating 1 meal a day. And I've kind of got that bloat off, and my legs are feeling a little smaller, so I'm maybe lost 2 or 3 pounds. So we're eating the eggs, and we got all this food that we just bought at the grocery store. We haven't touched it. We've been eating eggs. So we've got this investment of all this food, plus all our canned food, all our canned meat that we canned over the summer. We still got well over 200 jars of that. So we'll probably go buy more meat and can it eventually here in the next few weeks. This morning, Carolyn and I got back onto the propane subject. Maybe we should invest in more propane. Propane is a valuable commodity, I think. And if you got it and somebody else wanted it, they might get it. If gas prices go through the roof, we got this dual fuel source generator. If something happened, we couldn't store gas. Gas is only storable for so long, and it goes bad. I don't know, several months, maybe a year at most, and it'll go bad because it's got all that alcohol in it nowadays. So we're talking about propane, storing up propane. So that's a positive thing that we can look forward to get us our minds off of, oh, look at what's all bad, and thinking, oh, this is what we can do to counteract the problem. The other channel I've been telling you about, I got another channel, and it's a humorous channel. And I can tell views have dropped on that. And I was watching this YouTube expert. I mean, it was almost like the divine come down and said, here's your problem with this channel. And I already knew it was. Is so many people are wrapped up. Well, I mean, this channel's went down a little bit even further. So many people are wrapped up in the bad news right now. They're not focused on being happy. So I've decided that what I'm going to do with the other channel, since it's still in an experimental stage, is I'm going to shorten the length of the video to give somebody an opportunity to say, oh, there's 5 minutes, I can spare 5 minutes. And I try to bring some joy to their life because it's a comedy channel, I'm trying to make it a comedy channel. And I get to focus a little bit harder on that new channel, making the jokes even funnier than they were before. You know, a 15-minute video I was doing earlier, 14-minute video, some of the jokes didn't always land very well. But if I focus and make all the jokes funny for 5 minutes, maybe I can make somebody's day even happier, and they'll click on it. So that's what I'm trying to do, is promote a positive message. We can talk about all the bad things that are happening, but I can make a joke about it. I got a video coming out here shortly. I just think it's absolutely hilarious, one of the pieces in it. So if we can make light of what's going on and then come over to like these channels where we're figuring out how to just live life without having to worry about what's going on, every little detail. You know, maybe I can get you to scratch your head and say, okay, what can I do today, right now? What conversation can I have with my spouse right now to make our situation a little better? And I get it, the spouse thing, a lot of people struggle with. My spouse doesn't want to live off grid. Well, that's fine. Hey, hon, I'm gonna spend a few extra dollars. I'm gonna go over and get a propane tank. What do you need a propane tank for? Well, I was thinking, if we lose gas, heat over the winter, I can get a little buddy heater. Maybe we can keep warm. Or, you know, maybe electric goes out and we go out on the Coleman stove and cook some food. Your spouse may be more receptive to that kind of conversation than, you know, we need to buy solar panels and a generator and we gotta, because now you're being a prepper. And there's a lot of people who don't want that mindset. Spend thousands and thousands and millions of dollars for something that might happen. But the propane you're gonna use no matter what. Food. You're storing back food and nothing happens, you're gonna eat that food eventually. So if you'll go out and check out that other channel, you're gonna find a 5-minute clip for the next few weeks. Just get a laugh. Try real hard to find some humor. I hope I can inspire you to be happy in these hard times. Thanks for watching.